So guys, let's get started creating our first Blazor and Electron application. So I will go to this folder, I will create a new one, call it Blazor Desktop Demo. Then I will right click here and open in terminal. Okay. Here we go. I have .NET ready installed on my machine, .NET SDK and Blazor in addition to Visual Studio Code. So we can get started directly by creating our application, and I will create a Blazor Server app. So I will start by typing the command .NET new Blazor Server, and that's it. Okay. Here we go, our application right now is ready. If we open up this folder, and as you can see here, so I will go and open Visual Studio Code. Okay, great. I will click on Open Folder. Then I will go to this folder here. Click on Select Folder. So this is our Blazor Server app. I will open up the terminal. New terminal. Okay. I will type the command .NET build, just to make sure that everything is working fine. Okay, yes. And let's run the application by running the command .NET new or .NET run. Okay, great. So right now my application is available on the following URLs. And here we go. This is a very basic Blazor server from the basic template right now running on the browser as a normal web application. And right now we want to turn this application into a desktop app with Electron. So the first step we will take is to install the Electron API. So to do this, let's run the command. Okay, I prefer to run those commands here because the font is a little bigger, so you can see it pretty well. Okay, .NET add package ElectronNET.API. Hit enter. Those are the same commands you can use across the platforms, whether you are developing on Windows, Mac, or Linux. So right now I have Electron.NET installed for my application. So what I should do is to make little changes in startup and program.cs. Let's go here and okay, let's call using ElectronNET.API like that. And here in the configure web host, you will use web builder dot use Electron and pass the arguments. This function will add supports for Electron in our project. As you can see, use Electron support for that .NET Core project. So in this way, we are almost ready. And right now we'll go to the startup.cs. Here, as you can see, we have the configure services method and the configure for the pipelines. We should, at the end of this, I will create a function first called Electron bootstrap like that. And within it, I will just create a basic window task.run async await Electron dot window manager dot create window async like that. Okay, we could try here again and let's add using ElectronNET.API. So in this way, this is the only thing that we need to make our application works within Electron. So like that. Okay, great. Now let's call this function at the end after all the pipelines. Electron bootstrap. Actually, I have put this line within a separate method because we will use it later on to configure some settings for our application in addition to the menu. You can see it here. So right now, everything is just ready. We can move back to the terminal, and here we have to call about 2 commands. Actually, first, you need to install the electronize or the Electron CLI as well, the command line interface for Electron across all your .NET applications. So you need to install this only once. You can do it by call the command .NET tool install global, which means you will install this tool across all the .NET. You can access it from any application, and it's called ElectronNET.CLI command line interface. Click enter. Okay, I got this message. Tool is already installed because I have it already on my machine. Right now, to initialize Electron for our application, we can use the command electronize init. Hit enter, and here we go. Everything done. Happy electronizing. That's great. It's a very cool message. If I go back to my application here, I have this file electron.manifest.json. As you can see, it's like any manifest for any .NET application, like WPF for desktop or any .NET Core .NET application. You have to specify the product name, the copyrights when you want to publish this application. And if we go also to properties, here we have launch settings. We have Electronize has added a new profile for our application called ElectronNET.API that can be run via Electronize. So right now, to start the application, we have simply call the command electronize start and hit enter. Okay, sorry, I mistyped electronize. Nice, like that. And now we can hit enter. Okay, for the first time it's gonna take just a little because to install all the new JS modules and getting everything ready, then it's going to run faster. So we have to wait just a little. That's perfect. We are almost ready. And here we go. This is our Blazor application, but works in the desktop. It's a desktop application and not a web application. As you can see here, we have the window. It's a browser itself. Here I have a menu, and as you can see, it's very similar to the menu we have here because both our application and Visual Studio Code has been written with Electron, or launched with Electron, sorry. So, and right now this application works totally offline, and it is executable file called Blazor desktop demo. That's just great. This is just our starting point. Okay. Yeah, as I have said, this is just the starting point. We will see in the next video how we can debug this application while we are using Blazor Server, so we have the full debugging capabilities. So we'll see how we can attach this to Visual Studio so we are able to debug it. Then we will move to other processes like calling the native APIs and so on. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.